Hey you guys, it's me, Chris Callie. I'm excited to be here with you today. It is 12 o'clock on Thursday. Usually I'm here on Wednesdays, but yesterday was the first day of the month, and boy, it turned out to be a very, very crazy day for me. So I had to miss you guys yesterday, but I'm back today, and I'm going to be using this Best Day stamp set and making a little box, kind of like a surprise and delight, if you will. I have a granddaughter who is going to be turning 6 years old this month. I have no idea how that happened, but I'm very excited for her. And she is in kindergarten and just lives life to her best every single day, which puts her mama and daddy to the test, but that's okay. So last night I did a presentation at my Uplines team meeting for the month, and I made a little box that can hold a lot of different things, but it's just a super quick, easy box. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with it. You're going to start off with a piece of cardstock. Now, whenever I'm making a box, I use our thick basic white cardstock because it's really, really sturdy, and I want my box to be able to hold a lot of stuff in it. So I'm going to start off with a piece of 11 by 4 1/4 cardstock. I'm going to score my 11-inch side at 1 inch, 5 inches, 6 inches, and 10 inches. Then I'm going to turn it and score my 4 1/4 side at 1 inch, and at 1 inch and 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so that, or you can do 1 inch on each side. It's basically the same thing. Now, I did some boxes that I used some DSP on. So if you want to layer DSP on it, I used, the top of the box was 3 3/4 by 2 inches. And then I cut 2 pieces for the sides, the long sides, at 2 3/4 by 3/4, and then 2 at 2 by 3 1/4. And that would be the front of the box and the back of the box. And this is just going to be a hinged box, okay? So I have a piece here that I've already scored. So I'm just going to fold it over, bring in my bone folder, and just burnish on those score lines. Okay, I want to get a really, really good crease in there. I hope wherever you guys are today, you're warm and maybe the sun is even shining there. It's always nice when you have a little bit of sunshine to wake up to. It's a little gray here today, but we're expecting a huge snowstorm tomorrow. So I actually am going to do my club today instead of tomorrow, just so the gals can get in and get it done and don't have to worry about driving and all of that gunk tomorrow. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my scissors, and I'm going to cut the score lines on my long side. So on my 11-inch side, I'm going to cut all 4 of my score lines up to where I made that 1 inch score mark. Then I'm just going to cut them at an angle, kind of miter them. And that's going to give us 3 little tabs. Okay. I am ready for this weekend. Did you guys see all of the new online exclusives that came out yesterday? There are 15 of them, and they are pretty exciting. Of course, demonstrators got to order the Irresistible Blossoms last month, so I've been playing with that, and it is gorgeous. I think I don't need another flower, but boy, I needed this flower. And then I'm just going to turn it around, and I'm going to cut on the other side in the same way. It is just absolutely gorgeous, and it has some beautiful designer series paper that goes with it. But yesterday they announced all of their online exclusives for this round, which is their first one. This is kind of a little pilot program, so to speak, for them. So every 3 months, we'll be getting online exclusives, meaning they're items that you won't find in any catalog. They're just going to be found online, similar to our kits. Our kit collection is only found online. So it's similar to those. But one of the things they brought back was a 1 3/4 inch punch and our 2-inch circle punches. So we're going to have 2 new circle punches, which I am so glad. Okay, so there's our box. Quick and easy, right? So 11 by 4 1/4, half a sheet of cardstock, and then we just scored it like that. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. Now you can use whatever adhesive you want. You want to be sure it's a strong adhesive. Your green glue works. My green glue doesn't like me very much, so we have this little relationship that we haven't really solidified yet in a positive way. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. I know a lot of my downline and fellow demonstrators love that green glue. And I just am a little bit clumsier, I guess, because I get it all over me. I somehow managed to get that stuff on my clothes even, so that I'm sticking to everything. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to take all of these tabs that I just put tape on, and I'm going to tape them to my box. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it towards the table, fold it down, and I'm going to do that on all of these little tabs. I'm just going to fold them down and put the box on top of it. So you're going to have, I'm actually making the bottom of my box first. Got a little bit of tape hanging over the edge there. Don't know how I did that. If you guys are watching, leave me a comment so I know you're here and I'm in the right spot where I think I am. Okay, and this one is going to make the top of our box. And we're going to put a belly band on this one. I'm going to show you some samples that I made, and they're all really different. One we closed with a ribbon, a couple we did with Designer Series paper. I'm going to take my 3/4 inch circle punch and just punch a little tiny tab there. You can use your 1 inch circle punch. You can use whatever you want to kind of tab that out. And that's just going to make it a little bit easier for us to open the box. So you can just put your thumb right there and lift your box open like that. Okay? Super duper quick and easy, right? And something you can remember, there's not a lot of scoring to it, and you are going to be amazed at the number of things that this box holds. Okay, so then I have a piece of Designer Series paper that is it's 8 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So it's going to cover most of the top of your box. Okay, so you're just going to have that little 1/4 of an inch there. And I'm going to start by flipping my box over and putting my Designer Series paper on top of it. And I'm just going to get a really loose bend. Okay, just a really loose one, because I'm going to go in and make it stronger and more defined with my bone folder. So I'm going to give it just a really loose one now, so you have an idea. Now you could, if you wanted to, you can score your paper here. I just don't. It's easier for me to do it this way. And if you know me, you know I like easy. I'm always up for the easy button, right? So now I'm going to take my bone folder and crease it on those light folds that I made. This does help me to keep it straight too when I can line it up here. And let's bring this side in. Okay. I love this paper. This is that big pack of paper that it screams spring to me. And I am ready for spring. I'm ready for some tulips and some daffodils and some sunshine, right? Okay, so that's going to be our belly band. What I'm going to do is turn my box over, put this right on top of it. Now, you are not going to glue this to your box. You want to be able to slide your box in and out. This is kind of just a belly band that's going to go around it. So I'm going to put tape on that side there. And again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. And then I am going to put tape on this side. And I'm just going to, it's not strong enough to hold it with on the box. So I'm just going to pull my box out and flatten this down and add my adhesive to it there. Okay, so now you can see I have it on the top of my paper and the bottom of my paper. So it's going to close like this. Okay. And I'm going to put my box back in there and put it on, and then fold this right on top of it and press it down. Okay, and now you can see I still have plenty of room to slide this on and off my box. Okay, so I did a little pre-stamping and pre-coloring, so you guys wouldn't have to watch all that, because I like to get you out of here by 12:30. You know that. This is Lunchtime Live, and I like you to be able to spend a little bit of your lunch hour with me, but not the whole thing. You need a little bit of downtime when you're working, so I like to just pop in and out. I used this image from the stamp set that I just shared with you, the Best Day stamp set, and I colored it with a dark Highland Heather blend and a balmy blue a light balmy blue blend, a dark soft seafoam blend, and the dark petal pink blend. So those are the blends that I used to color my image, and I thought they kind of looked nice with the box. But I think this kind of blends into the box. So I cut a little Fresh Freesia label to put on there, and I think I really like that. I used this die, and this, I know I've told you guys like 100 times, if you only buy one thing from our mini catalog, buy this. It would be sad if you could only buy one thing, but if you can, it happens. I totally get it. But look at this. These are just, you will fall in love with them every single time you use them. And I use them a lot. These are just some toppers for the tags. So you could, this one's a little tulip. This one's kind of like a little teardrop almost, and it is great to thread some ribbon through. And then you have the leaves over here, which I think are just adorable. But I love the way all of these pieces just layer one into the other. I think that's really cool. And you get lots of different sizes. And it comes in a bundle. And when you buy them together, you get 10% off. And the bundle is just full of some really great words. And I like that they do a scripty kind of font, and then a more bold print to it. So some great things in here. And of course, the dies I just showed you layer wonderfully and fit right over top of lots of these. But you don't have to use those two together. You can do just like I'm going to do here. And I am going to put some regular adhesive here, I guess. I think that's what I'm going to use. It is. So this is just my regular Stampin' Seal. And I'm going to put it flat onto my little label or die cut piece. If you guys signed up for our bingo, all of you should have your packages already. And today I mailed out your Zoom link, so be sure you check your email and have that link and you're ready to go. A couple of you got some Prize Patrol prizes in your kits, so I hope that you'll enjoy those. I can't wait to see you guys all on Sunday night. Okay, so let's put some dimensionals on the back of this. We're gonna have a good time. We have lots and lots of prizes. I think there's almost $700 worth of prizes, so we had a pretty good turnout, and lots of your fee equivalent to prizes. So in your goodie bags, you've got some great product in there, and we're going to make some really fun projects. In fact, some of you, well, all of you, got some little freebie shamrocks that we're going to use. We punched them out using our own DSP, so you didn't have to use yours for that. I'm just going to center this right on here. So we have that really cute happy birthday box. I want to put some little gems on here, but I did not bring any little gems with me, and I don't see any like hanging out here. So I will add those. I'll add those later and take a picture of it with the gems on it, because I think that will look kind of pretty. I'm even thinking maybe a little ribbon there. Let me see. I'm going to cut this in half because this is kind of a big ribbon, a wide ribbon. I think it might be too wide for that. But I think if I cut it in half, I can actually use both sides. Oh, I got a great idea now. I'm going to tie, I'm going to put some candles and some balloons. So I'm cutting just the edge off this ribbon. If you can see, it's kind of an organdy ribbon, and so it has like the little see-through in the middle. So I'm going to cut the edge off, and then I'm going to come back and even cut the other edge off if this works. If I can cut the edge off and tie it in a really pretty bow, then I'm going to do that with the other side too. And I can tie a bow around some candles and put them in this box. So this is essentially going to be a little birthday box. I did, like I said, I did this for a presentation at our team meeting last night. And I did an Easter box and a St. Patrick's Day box. We had lots of fun making different things with it. And I'll share those with you in a minute too, so you can see how much potential this box has. And it really does. There's just, you could use this for almost anything. And when I have my team meeting, I always like to put a little surprise and delight out for everybody. And this is a super quick and easy way to do it. Okay, so let's see. I think I cut enough for about 4 bows here, but I'm just going to pull all those little frayed kind of pieces off here, so it's kind of nice and smooth. And then I'm just going to do my little bunny ears and go one over the other and up through the loop. Every time I do that, I can hear my dad walking me through that when he was teaching me how to tie my shoes. That's a joy that parents these days won't have to do with their children, right? I don't even know. They don't think that they have shoes that actually tie anymore. You slip them on and go, or they're what they call slides, right? My boys like to wear slides. And they like to wear them in the winter, and they like to wear them in the winter without socks. So I'm just going to cut some little tails on here. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, because I'm not sure. Do I want to put that there? Let me know what you think. I can see, let's see if I can see comments here. Swipe left to see comments. My laptop is updating, so I had to kind of go in a different direction here, and I'm trying to learn it on my iPad. Nancy Reynolds, boxes are fun. Oh, I love boxes, Nancy. Thanks for tuning in. I'm so glad that you're here. And Kay, I'm glad you're here from North Carolina. I bet you guys are warm there. I always like to see where everybody's from, and if your weather's like our weather at all. Debbie, you like this one? I'm so glad. I had something else planned for today, and then when you asked me if I was going to share it, I thought, oh, I'm going to, because I needed to make this box. I had it in my head and what I wanted it to look like, and I thought it would be perfect to send Dot for her birthday. So that's how this one came about. And I'm gonna sit that right on top there because I think that has a cute little look to it. And it will help tie it into the inside of my box too. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that right on top there. And those are kind of girly colors. And then I'm gonna slide my little belly band off. I'm gonna open up my box. And I'm a lefty, so I'm going this way with it. I am going to throw in, well, first I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna toss in some balloons, because every party needs some fun balloons, right? And then I have 6 little pink candles for her. And I'm actually gonna take the other piece of this ribbon, and I think I cut it big enough that I'm just gonna tie it around these candles. Let me move that out of the way. Give myself some space to work here. We'll see if we can line these up and tie them in a little bow. I always think I'm, as long as I stick with purple and pink, one of them has to be her favorite color, right? And then I had some darker purple balloons and some brighter ribbon or pink balloons. So I'm gonna be able to hit spring and hopefully some of her favorite colors. And again, I'm just gonna tie this in a bow. Well, let's see. It might be just a hair too short, but I think I can do it. And if not, I know I have enough with the other piece because I just tied one with it. So let's see if I go this way, if I can. I'm gonna hold that one tight. There we go. I got it. Woohoo, it's the little victories, right? Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of make those a little more towards the size I want. And I'm gonna cut some tails off here. Whoops, that one went right into the box. I don't want to do that. Come on out of there, you. There we go. Sorry about getting my whole thing right there. So I'm gonna put those in the box, just like that. And I think I'm gonna add some glue dots to the bottom of my box, just so things aren't all over the place when she opens it up, okay? So you can take your pick tool for this. I think I'm going to. And I like to use the kind of spatula end instead of my little pointy end when I'm, I call this walking my glue dots. Let's see where they are here. I'm just going to kind of lift it up on my spatula like that. And then I'm going to lift my candles up and I'm going to put my glue dot right down in the bottom of my box. Okay, and then I'm going to put my candles right on top of it. And that's just going to help to hold them in place a little bit. I'll put my little balloons over there. And then I'm going to take a couple more glue dots. And I'm going to walk them on here. I think I'll start with 3 across. Because for those of you that don't know, my granddaughter is, she lives in Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. So I won't get to see her, which means sugar is a good thing, right? So I can treat her to a little bit of candy, not too much, but you do need kind of like a birthday cake in your box. So I found these Hershey's Kisses, because she needs kisses too, right? After all, it's her birthday, and Graham needs to send her some loving. But these are vanilla frosting candy kisses. And I have to tell you, they sounded really gross, so I figured I was safe with them. But I have to tell you, I had to do a test run because I didn't want to send her something that doesn't taste good, right? And now I just need to get them out of my house. I like frosting, and these are delicious. So we're going to put these in here, and just a happy coincidence that they really go along with, oh, I can only get 2 in there. So I'm going to spread them out. So they're both going to take up those glue dots. And then I think I can probably put one more right there. What do you think? Yeah, I think I can add one more. Because 2 candy kisses, well, 2 candy kisses is probably perfect, because then she can have one and her sister can have one. So I guess I could leave it like that. But I'm putting another one in there anyways. Because you can never have too many kisses, especially too many kisses from Graham, right? There's no such thing as that. So I'm going to walk my little glue dot in there and put this one on top of it. Okay, so that's the inside of my box. She has 3 little candy kisses, some balloons, and some candles. And then she has, and it'll actually open like this. Okay, and then we'll just slide the belly band right on again. Well, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so she has a little happy birthday box. And I am excited because this just kind of was what I wanted it to look like. It looked like that in my head, and now it looks like that. You love this one? I'm so glad, Dobby. Hi, Joyce. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, you guys, are you ready for the other ones that we did? I'll show you some different ones. Now, this one you can see only took, let's see, it took less than a half an hour. So really quick and easy. Here's another one that we did with a belly band. And this one, I just die cut that free designer series paper that was in the celebration catalog. So if you have some of that left. And again, this belly band is about 3 inches. Let me measure it for you. Yep, it's 3 inches by 8 inches for this belly band. And this one, and it slides off the same way. And then I have the little notch here. And this one has cowtails in it. So 3 cowtails will fit in here. And this is just kind of a fun one for kids too. I guess it could be a fun one for anybody. You don't necessarily have to give it to kids, but I think that's a really fun one. And that the little corner piece just says, thinking happy thoughts of you. So, and St. Patrick's Day, you of course need one for St. Patrick's Day. And this is the one where your designer series paper is cut. So those are the measurements that I gave you at the beginning. And I did put one on the top on all 4 sides. And this one, you just slide the tab off. And I just did, I embossed my Happy St. Patrick's Day on there with some Versamark and some white embossing powder. That's that gold ribbon. And the shimmer texture paper. Okay. And then this one, again, it has the little tab there, and it has all these little mints in it. So it says, shake your shamrocks, kiss me, I'm Irish. And these are just little butter mints. And then this one says, leprechauns are hot. And it fits 6 of those. So you guys will see lots of different, not only designs for it, but things that you can put in it. So this is St. Patrick's Day. We have happy birthday. And this one is sending you a big squeeze. And again, we use the designer series paper on this one and a little tab. And this one just has some little lemon jelly fruit slices in it. Okay. Then we have this one, the I love you. I just wanted to say I love you. This is one of my favorite stamp sets in the new catalog. And again, just some designer series paper on it. And then this one has the candy kisses in it. So I love you with some kisses to go along with it. And then I did an Easter. So this one is with the, I think it's the Happy Easter set. I think that's what it's called. And just some designer series paper all the way. And I took, you guys know that I love the adhesive foam strips. And so I put those all the way around this. So it just kind of really pops it up. And then just use my blends on it to color it. And it has a little Easter treat in it. I think you can also, let me check and see, because I think you can put the eggs in there if you wanted to. Let's just see how many little Easter eggs it will fit in there. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I have to buy treats for these things that I don't like to eat. Or I eat them all and then have to buy more treats for them. Okay, so you can fit quite a bit of these little Easter eggs in here, quite a few of them. And because we used the thick, oh, too many, just one layer will fit in there. Because we used the thick, basic white cardstock, it's going to be solid enough to hold it. So that one will just close like that. So you can do either, I use the little gems on here too. So you can use either eggs in there, little eggs, or you can do the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. So this box really, there are lots of different things that you can put inside of it. And again, you don't have to include candy in it. You can put a gift certificate in it, or you can do the balloons and the candles in it if you want to. Just a really, really versatile box. And you could even, you could stick a gift card. That may be what we end up doing. A gift card right to the top of it up here. And that would be really cute too. So I like that. I'm happy this turned out the way that it did. I had a little, you know how you see things in your head and then when you go to make them, they just don't look right. But I'm going to grab some little gems and put some gems on there, and then I'll take some pictures this afternoon and post them for you. So let me check and see if there's just any more comments. Hey, Nanette, thanks for tuning in. It's good to see you. I'm so glad that you're here with us. Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you liked it. I will see you guys. Have a super great weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday. My class this week is going to be moved from tomorrow or from tonight to a week from tonight, just because I want to do my class with some of the new online exclusive items. And so I am going to order them and wait until next week to share them with you for my class. So look for some details coming up about that. It is an online class, and I know that you're going to love it. I'm just so excited to be able to share some of those online items with you. So let me just bring it in here one more time. We have the happy birthday. We have an Easter treat for you. We have, I just wanted to say I love you, and sending you a squeeze, a big squeeze. And happy St. Patrick's Day. And thinking happy thoughts of you. So you can see, really, really versatile box and a pattern. And again, I'll post the directions for you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week.